Yo, hi, welcome to your Tuesday night live stream. My name's Bobby, you know that, but that's my name. Tonight's class is inspired by the fact that today someone asked me if I could do the splits, and I was like, it's been a hot second since I tried, and I know I can't. So that's what we're gonna do tonight is the splits. We're gonna work towards it. We're gonna do a little bit of handstand prep as well. Play with handstands. That's an option. You don't have to do them. You can hold a standing splits, but like I think most people prefer standing splits over handstand, in my opinion. So we'll just get to it. Paladin is our playlist tonight. If you're watching on Patreon, of course, it's in the description. If you're on YouTube, it's also in the description, so you can just scroll down and pull this guy up. It's an old, and it's like one of my first ones, but it's still great. So we're gonna get started in Child's Pose. When you're ready, get there now. Big toes touch, knees wide in the back of your mat. You'll sit the hips back to the heels. Reach your arms forward, rest forehead on or towards the mat. And again, we're on Paladin. If you're not there yet, find your way there. But if you are with me on that music, I'm gonna go ahead and start mine in 3, 2, and 1. Cool. So as it's going, again, the forehead rests on the mat. Arms reach forward. You might tent the fingertips just to find a little bit more depth in the arms or the shoulder girdle. See the lips here. Close the eyes. Start to breathe through the nose. Inhales, exhales through the nose. And taking this time to even out your breaths, but also to lengthen the breaths. So make them a little bit longer than your natural breathing pattern, really trying to send some extra emphasis on the lungs throughout the practice. You're trying to keep this pattern that you're setting now throughout the entire class. But of course, as we move, the breath might start to quicken and change, and that's okay. But just always try to come back to the same level of breath. In a few more moments here, if you'd like to set an intention for your class, go ahead and do so now. Something to motivate you and something to push you through today. And we'll get to it. With your intention in mind, on the next inhale breath, shift forward to a tabletop position, hands and knees. Adjusting hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and start to cat and cow. And so every inhale breath, chest can rise, tailbone can rise, gaze can lift. Every exhale, you press the floor away, arch the spine, feel the belly button start to pull in. And of course, maybe close the eyes or keep the eyes closed. Start to move this in your own way. So if the normal cat and cow doesn't exactly suit you, you might change this to more of a hip side to side moving in a lateral stretch. Or again, anything else that suits you and your body in this moment. This is your time to get acquainted with how everything feels and really just tone in into how your practice is going to go for this next hour or so. When you're ready, downward facing dog, we'll tuck the toes, lift the hips up to the sky. And of course, once you're there, pedal out the legs, walk the dog. Bend one knee at a time, a posing heel will drive down. As you do this, actively pressing through the fingers so they're not sinking into the heel of the hand, especially if we're practicing on carpet or a soft material. The more you can press with the fingertips, the easier it'll be on the wrists. Feet stay where they are for Ragdoll Pose. Just start to walk the hands back to the feet. You'll bend the knees, grab off the elbows, allow the upper body to hang. Find that sway side to side if you'd like, or just say forward backwards or no sway at all. Regardless of what you're doing to the upper body, the lower body weight is moving into the balls of the feet. Heels could leave the floor, but they never actually do. Good. Release the hands down. Take a deeper bend in the knees, point the tailbone down, and then work your way up the spine piece by piece, head, neck, last thing that comes up. On the inhale breath, you'll take the arms up to the sky, big stretch. And then forward fold, bend the knees as you take the hands all the way back down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, flatten your spine. And then high plank, plant the hands, walk them all the way forward. Once you find it, lower to the belly as slow or as quick as you'd like to go. We'll flatten the toes, press the feet down. Squeeze thighs, and on the inhale breath, lift a Cobra of your height, so as high or as low as you need to make it. Nothing crazy. If you don't want it to be crazy, that's okay. And chin to mat, slowly release. And 2 more of these. Low Cobra, inhale, chest lifts. And maybe use the hands a little bit, lift the chest a little bit higher. And then exhale, chin to mat, slowly release it down. Last one on the inhale breath, you'll lift the chest. Use hands as much as you like to. You go as high as you'd like to go, but shoulders move down away from the ears. And then when you're ready, child's pose. Big toes touch, knees wide, and you sit all the way back to the heels. Your next inhale breath will take you tabletop. Your own exhale to downward facing dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips to sky. And really, again, extra emphasis driving those heels down to the floor. We're going for hamstrings and full splits today, so warming up the legs as much as you can. On the inhale breath, high in the toes, look between your hands. And then exhale, bend the knees, step or walk forward, forward fold. And feet meet together or the hip width distance stance, you get to choose. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, flatten out your back. Exhale, fold hands to floor. Inhale, rise, flat back, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And then forward fold, bend the knees, take it all the way down. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, find length through the spine. Vinyasa. Plant the hands, step or hop. Hit your high to low plank, the exhale breath. Your own inhale will take you upward facing dog. And your own exhale to downward facing dog. Of course, feel free to skip or modify this any way that you need to. We will always find our way back to downward facing dog. Again, from the down dog, inhale, inhale, take your right leg up to the sky. And then lizard lunge, exhale, step outside that right hand. This time I'll change this up. So bend the back or drop the back knee to the floor. Going for the quad stretch, your right arm reaches back and grabs the foot. Now, if you can't grab the foot, go ahead and lose it and just do a normal lizard lunge. But I really want you to pull this foot towards you as you lengthen that left hip flexor to the floor, just to warm up the quad for what we've got in store today. Good. Slowly release the hand back to the floor. Lift your back knee and then straighten both legs a little or a lot. It does not have to be all the way straight. Into the right hip, move back as you do this. Good. Active squat, left foot steps forward. Bend the knees, thighs about parallel or so. Arms lift forward when ready. Hands heart center to stand. Good. Take the arms up, inhale breath. Bend knees, hands reach forward. And plant the hands, step your left foot, then right foot back high plank. And stay there or a full push-up as low as you can go. And from there, you drop the knees. And shift back, lower the forearms. And slide forward into your upward facing dog. Inhale breath. When you're ready, down dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips. And from the down dog, inhale your left leg up. And then lizard lunge, exhale, step outside that hand. From there, again, we'll drop that back knee. Left hand reaches back for that foot. Grab the foot, pull it towards you. And again, if it's too much or if it's not able to grab the foot, just take the hands to the floor, do the normal lizard lunge here. Good. Both hands to floor. And back knee lifts, you'll straighten both legs, move the hips back as you do. Good. Active squat, right foot steps forward. And bend the knees, thighs about parallel or so. Arms go forward. Hands heart center stand when ready. Good. Take the arms up, inhale breath. Bend the knees, hands reach forward. Plant your hands, step your right foot, left foot back high plank. Stay there with that full push-up as low as you can go. From there, we drop the knees. And shift back the forearms. And slide forward into that upward facing dog. Inhale, breath. And when you're ready, down dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Good. From here, we're finding a way straight to the active squat. On the inhale breath, high in the toes, look forward. And then bend the knees, step or hot feet outside hands. You'll bend the knees, lift chest right away. Hands heart center stand. Good. Arms go up, inhale breath. Bend knees, hands reach forward. And plant hands, step or hop vinyasa, your choice, high to low plank, or that full push-up route that you get to choose. And we're gonna do that one more time. Straight into it. So once you find the downward facing dog, on the inhale breath, it's high in the toes, look forward. And then bend the knees, hop the feet outside hands. You'll bend the knees, lift right away. Hands, heart, center stand. Good. Take arms up, inhale breath. Bend knees, hands forward. And plant hands, step or hop vinyasa, your choice. I'll meet you in that downward facing dog. Round one. So from the down dog on the inhale breath, lift your right leg up to the sky. And then low lunge. Exhale, need a nose step between the hands. Drop the back knee to the floor, and then lift both arms overhead. So low lunge will visit lots of times today. I want your focus on the back leg of the low lunge. So not so much the front leg. It's your front left cell phone pocket, about that front left hip flexor, talking. You're really trying to push that to the floor. Full splits requires hamstring stretch especially, but also front hip flexor stretch, which is often forgot about, which is why we are here. So again, extra emphasis getting that left hip to the floor. When you're ready, meet the fingertips or the palms. Look to them, reach as high as you can. Hold here for 5. Good. Lift out of the hips, hold it 4. And 3. And 2 is half splits, hands come down. You'll shift the hips back, straighten the legs, or straighten the front leg, that is. Back knee stays bent. You want the hips directly over that left knee. From there, turn the fingertips as you lift the chest. And then go for your depth, just fold over this leg. Again, first of many, it doesn't have to be super deep, but just know the optional round 2 and 3 is optional airplane wings, which would lose the hamstring stretch. So feel free to indulge here. Good. Forward fold, shift forward, step forward, top of the mat, heels, toes touch at the top if you can. From there, inhale, halfway lift the chest. Exhale, fold, bring it down. And then chair pose, bend the knees, sit it low. Weight travels the heels, you take the gaze forward, not the floor. And really feel the thighs, the back of the thighs turn on. That's where this weight is supported here. So really starting to wake that up. Good. From here, it's perch pose. Can you touch the floor? And then take the arms back, squeeze the shoulders as much as you can. We're here for 5. Good. We're going to change this up. Listen close for 4. For 3. 2, keep the chest here. Your right foot's going to take about a half step back. You'll lift the arms up to the sky, straighten both legs. So a little shorter in about heel to heel alignment. Back foot turned out slightly. Interlace the grip overhead, release the index finger. Tuck the chin to your chest and then start to round it down. You want to take the forehead as close to the knees as you can. And then for this one, we'll actually release the hands and tent the fingers on the floor. So bend the front knee if you need to get there. From there, can you really press the fingers down as you try to round the forehead to the knee a little bit more? Or you're just working on straightening that leg and then bring the forehead to the knee. Regardless of the choice, we're here for 5. Good. Feel the belly start to pull in. Think almost like a cat pose here for 4. And for 3. 2, listen close. Plant the hands on the floor. 3 leg down dog with a shorter stance. You'll take that left leg up to the sky. Stay on the right toes. Now I want you to straighten and strengthen the arms as much as you can. They will not bend. You have 3 attempts at a handstand switch step. So you hop up to handstand, but your left foot will find the floor as 1. Hop it up, right foot finds the floor as 2. And then hop it up, left foot finds the floor as 3. That left foot's at the top. From there, it's Stork Pose. Can you take the right knee all the way up? At the top, stay or straighten that right leg. Hold it for 5. Squeeze the hamstring forward. 3. And 2, heels, toes touch, hands, heart, center, reclose. Good. On the inhale breath, lift the arms overhead. And then forward fold, exhale, take it down to the floor. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. Vinyasa. Plant the hands, step or a hop. High to low plank. On the exhale breath, your inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to down. So as I mentioned, we are doing some handstand hops. So you're going to continue with that pattern. If handstands are not your thing, you have no desire to do it, feel free to hold a standing splits with your front leg. So the left foot was forward, that one. Your right leg, the back leg would go up to the sky standing splits and you just hold there. Regardless, you should end with the same foot forward. So we're switching steps, but it's the same foot forward. And if you're getting lost, just like, don't worry, I'll tell you what foot is forward anyway. Second side, inhale, left your left leg up. And then low lunge, exhale, need a nose, step it through. Drop the back knee to the floor, lift the arms overhead. And again, low lunge, emphasis on this back right hip. So as the arms are reaching up, I'm really melting this right hip down. I'm also pressing to the top of the right foot just to increase that stretch. Good. When you're ready, meet the fingertips or the palms. Look to them, hold here for 5, reach high as you can, 4. Good, you stay here for 3. And for 2. 1, it's half splits. Oh my God, I said 1. I never say 1. That's like I never think. When I count, I do only go to 2. That's like this a Bobby thing. So again, we'll tend to figure just under the shoulders if you can. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. And then exhale, go for your depth on this left leg. Really fold over the left thigh. Again, we will revisit this, but this is the only one that's super for depth. So indulge. Good. Forward fold, shift forward, step forward, top of the mat. Again, heels, toes touch if you can. Inhale, halfway lift, find length through the spine. Exhale, fold to release. And then chair pose, bend the knees, weight to the heels. And again, that is to feel the back of the legs turn on. If we shift too far forward, the front side gets turned on, like the knee area. We don't want that. I want the back of the legs doing the work here. We're here for 5, 4, and 3, and 2. Perch pose, brush the floor. Keep hips there, and then take the arms back. Squeeze the shoulders. Hold here for 5. And again, it's a deep bend in that both knees for 4, and for 3, and 2. Listen close. Your left foot takes that half step back. You'll lift the arms up to the sky as you straighten both legs. Interlace the grip. And tuck the chin to chest, forehead to knee. Start to round it down. So for this one, once you get to the floor, you'll tent the fingertips down. If you need to bend the knee, that's okay. But I'm actively pressing the fingers in to emphasize this rounding of the spine, really trying to get that forehead to the knee. Belly pulling. It's like a cat pose with different legs. 5, 4. So again, if you're going standing splits, you're just going to lift the back leg to the sky. That's your decision. Otherwise, we're going handstand preps, 3 hops. So you'd plant the hands, your front leg, right leg goes up behind you. Arms stay as strong as you can. Then you try 3 switch steps. You should land with that right foot forward after 3. And take your time with it. When you're ready, stork pose, that left leg is going to come all the way up to the sky. And then stay or straighten the left leg. I like to find the same grip overhead. We're here for 5, that interlace grip. 4. And for 3, 2, mountain pose, heels, toes touch. Hands heart center. Good. Inhale, breath, take the arms up. Forward fold, exhale to the floor. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, find length through the spine. And then vinyasa. Plant the hands, step or hop, your choice. Your route. Any route to down dog. Find the breath. Cool. So round 2, same thing, adding on. Nothing really much, not much changes, just some variations, but mostly it will be the same. On the inhale breath, take your right leg up to the sky. And then low lunge, exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Drop the back knee down, lift the arms overhead. And again, as you do this, really melt the hips down, but notice also if that left hip is kind of sinking more than the right, can you try to level out the hips as much as you can, if that even makes sense. When you're ready, take this to your back bend or skip the back bend. Meet the fingertips with the palms. Look to them, hold here for 5. Good, lift the rib cage away from the hips, the back of the rib cage higher. 4. For 3. And 2, it's half splits, maybe airplane wings, arms can go back. You find almost like that perch pose shape. Arms are parallel to the floor. Hands are at least shoulder height or working towards it. Good. If you can, take this straight to chair pose. So I'm going to tuck my left toes, shift forward, then step that left foot forward and meet the right. Heels toes touch, arms go high. From there, I'm going to meet the fingertips and try to take the biceps to frame the head, but keep, again, weight in the back of the legs. 5, 4, and 3, and 2. Perch pose, exhale, airplane bow. Stay, or this time the challenge, you hover the right foot, change to nothing else. So deep bend in that left knee. 5. For 4, 3, 2, step it back, take the arms overhead, interlace grip. Standing forehead to knee. When you're ready, slowly chin to chest, forehead to knee. And this time, tent the fingers is option 1, or hover the hands over that foot is option 2. But again, it's really trying to get that forehead to the knee as you feel the belly pull into the body. Cat arch. 5. Good. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, hands down. It's a 3-leg down dog, left leg up. And then 3 attempts at a handstand. I'm not going to take the attempts. I'm going to find the handstand just because I can do it. So if you're there, go for it. We will land that left foot down into the stork pose. So left foot on the floor in 5. Good. Your left foot's on the floor in 4. In 3. And 2, take it to stork pose. That right knee comes to nose. Look it all the way up to the sky. Stare straight in the leg at the top. Find that interlace grip overhead. 5. Good. Try not to lean back. I am. Don't do it. 4. And 3. And 2. Keep the grip. Bring your heels to toes to touch. And then side bend over to the right. Hips press left. So you're finding that interlace grip if you didn't have it. Ribs are staying in. They're not poking forward. This is a side bend, not a back bend. Good. Inhale. Bring it up. And then same thing to the left. Hips press right. Good. Inhale, center, listen close. Right foot stays. It's a warrior 3, your left leg will fly back. Now you can choose to keep the grip. That's round 3. I'm taking airplane wings just because my back wants it a little bit more. But if you've got that grip, biceps from the head, that's on your choice. We're here for 5. Good. Wherever you hold it for 4. And 3. 2 airplane wings to flying lunge. Just land the back toes there. From there, drop the hand, shift it back straight in the front leg a little or a lot, fold over that right leg. Good. Bend both knees. That back knee hovers as you look forward. And then shift it back 2 more of these. Good. Bend both knees, back knee to hover. And then shift it back. Maybe roll onto the right heel this time. Send those toes to the sky. Take a deeper 5. Good for 4. And for 3. And 2, drop the hands. 3, leg down dog. Your right leg comes up behind you, wider stance. And then bend the knee, open the hips, stay there, or your wild thing. Land the foot to the left side and feel the hips lift as high as they can. 5. Good. You're here for 4. For 3. And 2, 3, leg down dog. Lift your right leg up. Into a warrior 2, need to nose step it through. And back heel parallel, you open the arms to the left. So the front heel in line with the back heel or arch of the foot. You gaze down that right hand. Reverse the triangle, straighten the leg, high five the back wall. Think more going up, less going back. And then triangle pose. Legs stay straight, you reach forward, hips go back. And take off the arms 6 and 12. That right hand goes to the shin, ankle, or floor, but only low enough that you can keep the spine long. So the minute the spine rounds, that's where you stop. You might come up even a little higher just to keep a little bit more length in the spine. Good. Stay here, add the arm variation. Your left hand comes around the low back. Your right arm flips forward to the sky, palm to the sky, that is. You're here for 5. Your triangle variation for 4. Good for 3. And 2, bend the knee, reverse the warrior, lift that arm up. Good. From here, it's a twisted lunge. Windmill that left hand down to the floor. Lift your right arm back to the sky. And when you're ready, it's side plank. That right foot to step back. Any type of side plank you need to take. You can drop the bottom knee. You can lift the top leg. Any side plank. We're here for 5. Good. We're stepping back to the front in 4. Good in 3. And 2, that right foot steps back to the front. You'll drop the right hand, forward fold, step all the way forward, heels, toes touch. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, flatten out the spine. Exhale, fold, bring it down. Inhale, rise, flat back, reach the arms overhead. And forward fold, bend the knees back to the floor. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. Crow pose or vinyasa, plant the hands, knees to triceps, arm balance, or skip the arm balance. So you get to choose what you do. If you got the arm balance, of course, 3 to 5 breaths and step, or hop it back. We'll find that same thing on the second side. From the down dog. Inhale your left leg up. Low lunge. Exhale, need a nose step it through. Drop the back knee, lift the arms overhead. Low lunge. Again, extra emphasis on that right hip melting down. But notice if the right hip feels like it's kind of sinking down to the right, try to keep the hips level and melt at the same time. It's a complicated kind of thing, but like just try. When you're ready, add the back bend or skip the back bend. You meet the palms, look to them. Hold here for 5. And for 4. And 3. And 2, half splits, maybe airplane wings, arms go back. And torso parallel, you're trying to get those hands at least shoulder height. And you might need to adjust the legs here. That's totally cool too. Good. We go forward, straight into that chair pose. Your right foot steps forward to meet the left heel, toes touch. I'm adding the back bend here as well. So meet the fingertips. Take the biceps from the head. But again, do not lose the weight in the heels. 5. And 4. And for 3. And 2, airplane wings, perch pose, bow hold. Stay there or start to hover the left foot, kick the butt, squeeze the hamstring, but don't lose the bend in that right knee. 5. Good. If you touch the knees together, it helps. 4. And for 3. 2, left foot steps back, arms go up, interlace that grip overhead. Release the index finger, and then chin to chest forward and knee rounded down.
And again, level 1, you're tenting the fingertips on the floor. Level 2, we hover those hands right above your right foot. But regardless of the choice, you're trying to get that forehead to the knee. Round, 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 5. Good, hold here for 4. And for 3. 2, the back leg will lift, standing splits, or your handstand jumps. Front leg goes up to the sky. You will find a right foot down into that stork pose in 5. And your handstands, really take your time with this. Engage the arms. Make sure the arms are straight and strong, not bending. 4. Your right foot is down in 3. In 2. Right foot down at stork pose. Your left leg comes up. Find the interlace grip overhead, and then try to straighten that left leg. Hold it. 5. 4. And 3. And 2. Heels, toes touch, and then side bend over to the left. Again, notice that those ribs are popping forward. Can you point the tailbone down and keep the ribs in? Good. Shungan heel brings you up and then takes you to the right. Good. Inhale up. Left foot stays. It's a warrior 3. I'm taking airplane wings. If you want that challenge, biceps stream from the head, your choice. But can you flex the right foot, point the toes to the floor regardless of where you're at? Hold it here for 5. Good. Keep this for 4. 3. 2. It's a flying lunge. Just land the back toes. And then drop the hands, shift it back, straighten that front leg a little, or a lot. We'll do this 2 more times. The bend both knees. That back knee hovers as you look forward. And then shift it back, straighten the legs. Good. One more like that. Bend both knees, back knee to hover. And then we shift it back, straighten the legs. Maybe roll onto that left heel. Take it deeper. 5. Ooh, feel the left foot move back as you do 4. For 3. 2, plant the hands. 3, leg down dog. Your left leg lifts. And then bend the knee, open the hip, hold here, or wild thing. Land the foot to the right. Lift the hips high. I hate that they changed the song on Spotify. Like, it used to be normal, but like now it's like a remixed version of like some other girl singing in it, which is like cool and all, but like not the song I put in like 5 years ago when I made this playlist. I'm annoyed. It's fine. 3, leg down dog. Lift your left leg up. And then a warrior 2, knee to nose, step it through. And back heel spins down. You open the arms to the right. Good. Reverse the triangle, straighten the leg, high five the wall. Again, more going for height. So we kind of did a side bend already. That's not my intention with this. It's engaging the legs and reaching high. And then triangle pose. Inhale, reach forward. Hips go back. TikTok the arms 6 and 12. And again, you try to point the tailbone down to that right heel to keep the rib cage in. That's kind of the theme, not of today, but of life in yoga. If your tailbone sticks behind you, you often take it into a kind of a back bend. So really trying to point the tailbone down to the floor or towards your, just tuck it under. And that'll keep the tailbone down, ribs in as well. Good. Stay here if you'd like, or add that arm variation. Right hand around the low back. The left arm goes forward, palm to the sky. Your choice. We're here for 5. Hold it for 4. And for 3. And 2, bend the knee, reverse the warrior. Lift the left arm. Good. It's twisted lunge. Windmill that right hand down to the floor. Your left arm goes back up to the sky. And then when you're ready, side plank, we step that left foot back. Any type of side plank, again, this is your choice. Your challenge, it always is in my class. We're here for 5. 4. And 3. And 2, that left foot steps forward. You drop the left hand forward, fold, step it forward. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, find length at the bottom once more. Exhale, fold to bring it down. Good. Inhale, rise, flat back, lift the arms overhead. And forward fold, take it down. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. Crow pose or vinyasa, you choose. Plant the hands, knees to triceps, arm balance, or skip it. Oh, fuck. I didn't say that. Same thing, 3 to 5 breaths. Step or hop it back when you're ready. Cool. Grab some water, take your breath, find the breath. So like I said, we're going to go full splits. We're going to do some more hamstring stuff. If you have a handstand, This time the challenge, instead of just finding a handstand, which we did, is a full splits handstand. You can choose what leg's forward, what leg is back. Your leg that would jump up, you try to keep that shape as you do a split in the sky. Not the easiest variation for men because I can't do a full split, so that was not even close to full splits. But my ladies with flexibility, if you have the ability to jump the hips over the head, you might actually find a little bit of balance point and play a little bit more into your flexibility, and that's okay. A lot of times we dump into flexibility, especially with handstands. You dump straight in the low back, but this specific variation, I give you permission to do that because your legs act as almost like this tightrope as you stay up there. If that's not in the cards, standing splits again, you're working on the hamstring strength. We'll do more hamstring stuff. We'll take it to full splits. Now, I love this playlist and all, but this is typically like my demo track, and it's not the most inspiring. So I'm gonna skip this song, and we'll get to it. So round 3. If you're gonna skip the song to sync up with me, we'll skip it in 3, in 2, and 1. Parent sees where we're at. Find that downward facing dog, round 3, last time. On the inhale breath, take your right leg up, and then take a low lunge straight into your back bend. So drop the back knee to the floor, lift the arms overhead, take it straight to the back bend, or just go for your height. We're here for 5. Good, 4, and 3, and 2, half splits, option airplane wings. You might even interlace the hands behind the back, take your right thumb on top, and then just try to take that grip to the sky. And chair pose, shift forward, step forward, straight into that chair pose, heels, toes touch, arms go up. Maybe meet the fingertips of the palms, take this to the back, bend biceps as far behind the head as you can, 5. But again, keep the weight in the heels, 4, and 3, and 2, it's perch pose, airplane wings, bow hold. Stay there or hover the right foot, kick the butt. Or a deeper challenge, high five the ceiling with that foot, chest lifts as you do for 5. Good, 4, and for 3. 2, right foot steps back as you take the arms overhead. Interlace the grip, chin to chest, forehead to knee. Option 1, the fingertips turn on the floor. Option 2, you hover over the floor. Or option 3, we go for our depth. Start to take the hands as far back towards that right leg as you can. So you start by framing the foot and then walk the hands back just to fold over this left leg and really work into that flexibility in the left side. But as you do this, don't lose the right hip forward, left hip back. Hold here for 5. Good, whatever choice you're in, we're here for 4. For 3, 2, standing splits or handstand, maybe a split handstand. You take that left leg up to the sky and then try it. We'll find that left foot forward into your stork pose in 5. So left foot, it will be on the floor in 4. Good, left foot is down in 3. Left foot is down in 2. In 1, drop the left foot, take it to stork pose. Right knee comes up, you'll find that interlace grip. Straighten the leg, drive through the heel, hold it 5. And 4, and 3, and 2, heels, toes touch, rib cage in. And then side bend over to the right, hips press left. Good, strong inhale, bring it up. And then same thing, take it to the left. Good, strong inhale up. Right foot stays, it's warrior 3. Try to keep this grip into a toppling tree variation where the biceps frame the head, that interlace grip stays. You're here for 5. Good, hold it for 4. And 3, and 2, land just the toes, airplane wings as you do. And then option to stay there or straighten the front leg with the airplane wings. Maybe those biceps go back to frame the head, 5. Hold here, 4. And for 3, and 2, hands down, bend both knees, that back knee to hover as you gaze forward. And then one more time, shift it back, straighten the leg, maybe roll onto that right heel, 5. Good, 4, 3, and 2, bend the knee, plant hands, 3, leg down dog, your front leg lifts. Bend the knee, open the hip, hold, or your wild thing. Lift the hips. Now, if you know the side plank transition into a step forward, you're more than welcome to take it. Otherwise, it's 3 leg down dog to a warrior 2, or you just find a side plank. That right foot's gonna step forward, and then you open the warrior 2. Back heel spins down, we open. Reverse the triangle, straighten the leg, high five the wall. And then standing half moon, bend the knee first. Reach as far forward as you can, right hand towards the floor. And then you charge to the right heel to lift your left leg. And stack the hips, stack the shoulders. Lean that torso back, 5. Good, hold here for 4. And keep it for 3. 2, it's warrior 2, bend the knee, land the foot. Shua, we made it, good job. Good, take a star pose, both arms go up, heels come in. Actually parallel the feet. Interlace the hands behind the back, your left thumb is up at top. And chase the floor, lift the chest, inhale, breath. And then exhale, fold it down. Hands can stay low back or reach them overhead to the sky, you get to choose. But try to keep the grip. Try to feel the collarbones broaden a little bit more as you squeeze shoulders behind you, 5. 4. For 3. 2, hands to low back, then the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, find length of the spine. And then just takes it the right leg, grab the right leg, fold. Good, same thing over to the left. You take this to the front, runner's lunge, frame around the right leg, and then add your twist, lift that right arm up to the sky. Now we're gonna come right back here. Option to stay. Or option 2 is that side plank if you'd like to take it. Right foot to step back, any side plank, 5. For 4. For 3. 2, when you're ready, the right foot steps back to the top. Everyone drops the right hand, half split, and drop the back knee, shift it back, stay there. Option to stay or full splits or peak pose. Start to slide that right leg forward a little or a lot. Oh my God, I have not done this in so long. And also know, if you're used to hot yoga, you probably will not be able to take this as deep as you would have in my class in a room. And that's okay, especially unless your room is like super hot and you're kind of in a hot yoga anyway. You might, but for most of us, our hips are a little higher and that's okay. Don't push it, be gentle with your body. We're gonna be here for like a minute. Yeah, I have to put my forearm down on the floor to let my iWatch continue to count. But we're here, trying to square the hips off to the floor. If you want to drop to the forearms, you can, but try to keep it equal. So don't drop just to one forearm, try to drop to both, even though it sucks a little bit more. Try to move that right hip back, left hip forward. If you're having trouble with that, you might even look over the right shoulder and just stay there. You got about 20 seconds left here. Good for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. That's longer. 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. So your vinyasa from here, I'm going to take my hands inside the right leg. Take this right leg out to the side just to step into the back of the mat. Readjust my hands and then go through my high to low plank. You get to your down dog any way that you need to. We're back in 5. In 4. In 3. 2, last time, inhale your left leg up. And then little low lunge. Knee to nose, drop the knee. Take it straight to that low lunge of the back bend. Hold it for 5. Good for 4. And for 3. And 2, half splits, maybe airplane wings. Maybe you interlace the hands behind the back, your left thumb is on top as you try to take that grip up to the sky. 5. And for 4. And 3. 2, it's chair pose. Step forward straight into that chair pose. Maybe meet the fingertips or the palms. Take the arms as far behind the head as you can. 5. Good. 4. And 3, 2, perch pose, airplane wings, bow hold. Stay or hover that left foot, kick the butt. Maybe high five the ceiling with the foot, lift the chest as you do. 5. Good, keep it 4. And 3, 2, footsteps back, you take the arms up. Interlace the grip, chin to chest, forehead to knee, take it to the floor. Hand can stay framing the foot is option 1. 10 fingers actually is option 1. Hover over option 2 or go for your flexibility. Take the hands down and then start to walk them back. Fold over this right leg. Right hip moves forward, left hip back. 5. 4. And for 3. 2, standing splits or the splits handstands, your choice. We find that the right foot down into a stork pose 5. Right foot down in 4. In 3. In 2. Stork pose. You'll find the interlace grip overhead. Release index finger, then straighten that left leg. 5. 4. And 3. And 2. Heels, toes touch. Rib cage in. Point the tailbone down. And then side bend to the left. Same thing up and over to the right. Inhale brings you up. Keep this grip. Right foot flies, warrior 3. Right foot flies in a warrior 3. Biceps from the head if you can. 5. Good. Engage the belly. Hold it. 4. For 3. 2. Land the toes. Airplane wings as you do flying lunge to stay. You want the challenge, straighten the front leg, take the torso, keep the torso parallel. And then maybe even the biceps frame the head. 5. Good. 4. 3. 2. Hands down as you bend both knees, gaze goes forward. And then shift it back, straighten leg, maybe roll onto that left heel. 5. Left hip moves back. 4. For 3. 2. Bend the knees, plant the hands. 3 leg down dog, left leg lifts behind you. Then bend the knee, open the hips, stay there, or your wild thing. Flip. Again, your choice. With this next transition, it's a 3-legged down dog to warrior 2, or you find that side plank to warrior 2. However you want to find the warrior 2, I don't care. Back heel spins down. You open. Gorgeous. As if I saw what you were doing. I'm sure it looks beautiful. Reverse the triangle, straighten the leg, high 5. And then standing half moon, bend the knee. Reach in the front of the foot, and then use that left leg to charge through and lift the body parallel. Or not parallel, I guess it's, torso is parallel to the floor. I guess you're kind of doing everything. Your left leg is perpendicular. Your torso is parallel. 5. 4. 3. 2, warrior 2, bend the knee, land the foot. Bops is tired if you can't tell. I'm hopping and puffing. Star pose, arms go up. Parallel your feet for this one though. Interlace behind the back of your right thumb is on top. And chase the floor, lift the chest, inhale, breath. And then exhale, take it down. Hands stay low back or reach them overhead. You get to choose. Broaden the collarbones. Fold here. 5. 4. 3. 2, hands down. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. And then take it straight to left leg. Just grab the left leg pole. 5. For 4. 3. 2, switch legs. To the front runner's lunge, frame the hands around your left leg. Add the twist, your right hand stays, left arm goes up. And again, we're coming right back here. If you want to stay here, you can. Otherwise, it's side plank, that left foot steps back, we finish. My falling sound. 5. Good. 4. 3. 2, left foot to step forward. And drop the hand, half splits, back knee drops, shift it back. And then stay there, or we finish with that full splits. Slide left leg forward. Be gentle with yourself. 1 minute on the clock. We're here. And just know this, if it's left side, it is left side. Most likely is your tighter side. So you might not be able to go the same level, and that's totally cool. Of course, we're shooting for equalness or equity, balance in our bodies, but that's not necessarily the case. No body is extremely perfect on both sides. You're always going to favor one side more than the other. So again, if this is your worst side, be a little bit more gentle with yourself, but also find that level of push. So yes, we want to be gentle, but we do want to try to even things out, but don't push so much that you cause an injury, because I've done that like many times. So pro tip, it's not worth it. 20 seconds. And we're definitely going to do extra credit after this. If you didn't think that we're going to do that just because we're in a full split, it's like, you're funny. So in 5, In 4. Way to rear for 3. And 2, same thing. My hands come inside that left leg. Left leg slides all the way out to the back. From there, I'm going to drop down to the forearms. Lift the knees up. Forearm plank to dolphin to forearm plank to dolphin. We're here for 10. For 9. For 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Walking in. Dolphin pose. Hold it 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Back to plank halfway. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Walk it in. Final 10. Anything but a break. Headstand, forearm balance, or options. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. Keep with me. 5. 4. 3. 2. You're done. Drop the knees. Have a seat. Catch the breath. Find some water. You made it. Ow, cramp in my foot. Okay. Yeah, so I feel like that one was really hard, despite not having like any arm balances in it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just tired. If you thought it was easy, like, good for you. Don't tell me that. We're gonna skip these songs, go to half pigeon. So we're on Don't Look Back. We need to skip that one and day tripping. You're going to tethered bones is where we'll end up into your half pigeon on the right side. Right knee, right wrist. Ankle towards the left. Hips as even as you can. Stand the hands or the forearms. We take this down. So we've done lots of hamstring stretches today, lots of lateral bends. Not a lot of twisting, not a lot of hips. So that's what we're going to finish with. We're going to do some pretty outer hips, inner hips, and then we'll finish with some twists on the floor. So buckle your seatbelts, baby. The fun has just begun. Option to find a variation if you need one, twist or back bend or skip it. As you're ready, we switch sides. You can go back to hands. Step that foot back. Anything that you want to do for that half pigeon on the left side. Your path to get there. Go there as quickly as you can, but also take your time through the transitions. Don't just rush it, but find that half pigeon. So if you took a Flowstream, like, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago, I did a prone frog, which is like Bobby Wilson's favorite pose ever. That's actually eagle, but one of my favorites. And favorites is a very sarcastic word in this usage. But we're going to do it because, again, we haven't really done any hips, so we'll get her done. If you do remember what it is, it's one where we'll go up to goddess and enter that way, because I do find that a more efficient entrance. If you have a different entrance, you're comfortable with it, you want to go that way, you totally can. Because we are cooling down, and typically when you cool down, I don't like to stand back up. But for transitional purposes, that's what we're going to do. But again, to emphasize, we want the hips in line with the knees, in line with the feet when we get there. If you don't know what we're doing, it's like buckle your seatbelts. We'll get there soon. Find the variation if you need one. Yeah, and then we'll get to it. Good. As you're ready, back to downward facing dog. Plant the hands, step it back. Take some time, shake it out, walk it out. So for the next part, I don't care which way you face. You'll have to face the side of your mat. So I'm gonna step my left foot forward just so I can face you guys. But you step whatever foot you want to forward just so you can see me. Come up almost to a star pose. Don't worry so much about the hands. Step the feet to the back edge of your mat, maybe even off the mat. And then find a goddess, bend the knees, sit low. Right away, I want to set this up so the feet and the knees are in one line. So my feet aren't so wide that my knees are inwards, or likewise, they're not so short that my knees are caving. I want feet and knees stacked. Feet are turning outwards as much as I can. It's like I'm going to do a middle splits because that's exactly what we're about to do, or we're going to try to. So feet, knees are stacked. Feet are turned outwards. From here, I'm going to take the hands to the floor, start to crawl it forward, and then lower my knees down to the floor at the same time. I'm awful at this. I hate this pose so much. So my inner hips are the most inflexible part of my body, and it shows in this pose. So as I mentioned here, we are trying to get the knees and feet in one line, which mine are. If you did the transition like me, you're totally cool. You're also trying to get your butt in line with the hips. I'm going to show you just kind of what it looks like in a version from the side. So my hips are in line with the knees. My feet and knees are in line. This isn't set up as good as it could be just because I had to turn, but you're trying eventually to get your pelvis, for lack of better words, your crotch, all the way to the floor. It is a middle splits. We can stay on the hands. If you want to drop to the forearms, you totally can. As you're here, you might even choose to lengthen out the stance and widen it more if you need to with the knees, or likewise, if it's too much, bring the knees in closer. But the longer that you stay down here, you'll notice that the hips start to slide forward and you lose a lot of the stretch. So as you're here, I like to take Sphinx pose arms and actively press my hips back in line with the knees. That was my pain. Because we're trying to get those inner thighs to work up. It's like if you can do a middle splits, like good for you. Cool, do that instead. That works as well. But I can't sit over here. Likewise, if this is just the worst thing in the world, you're like, this is too much. You can do the same thing in the legs against the wall variation. So you would go up to the wall, find the same goddess pose in a reclined version. So you're lying on your back, you put the legs in the sky, and then you try to find goddess kind of with your knees bent. It's the same stretch and allowing gravity to, well, both ways gravity opens us up, because in this position that I'm in, my whole body weight is literally falling down on my legs, causing them to spread open. It can be quite intense. It's a lot. So likewise, if you're lying on the back, doing it the same way, gravity is still applying, but it's only pressing on the knees, not the rest of your body. So it's a little less pressure there. It's a little bit easier to hold and kind of find comfort, because you do want to be semi-relaxed here, as much as one can be in this position. And also, this is a yin style pose. So you're supposed to be here for 4 to 8 minutes, which is just so long. I'm going to stay here for 2 more minutes because I've been talking for quite a bit, probably at least a minute. If it's not a minute, it should have been for me. It feels like it's been already. So we've got 2 more minutes on the clock. Find comfort in this pose, a balance between comfort and ease. And also trying to find something to focus on that's not your like screaming, burning hips. This is why the reason I have not stopped talking since we've been here. Because if I talk more, it distracts me from this situation. We're here. I'm going to stop talking though. 1.5 minutes. And again, if you feel yourself sliding forward, try to push those hips back in line with the knees. If you're losing the stretch, you might try to lengthen out the knees or widen the distance, whatever you need to do. About 1 minute left here. In 30 seconds. We are at 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4, 3, 2. However you need to exit is the correct route. I'm choosing to slide forward onto my belly as much as I can and just kind of pancake on the floor. We're making our way onto our back. Any way that you need to get there. So you can sit back up, slide the body forward, readjust on the mat, anything that you need to do. Once you're on the back, bend the knees, feet to the floor. Widen the distance out between the feet, about mat width distance, and just allow the knees to fall in towards each other, just to kind of reset what we just did, because, dear God, if you have a middle switch, you're like, that was so easy, that was so nice. Like, go. I'm not going to finish that sentence. It's very rude of me. I'm not going to go there. I'm a nice person, I promise. Good, knees separate. Right knee comes to the chest when you're moving pose. Hold it in, and then just send that left leg forward. Now, tendency here is we take the knee out to the shoulder. We want to externally rotate that thigh. Don't do that since we were just kind of there. Try to bring the knee in more towards the center of the chest to try to keep it from pulling out to the side. Not the end of the world if it does, but just try not to. Good, supine twist, right arm reaches out. Use the left hand, guide the knee over to the left side. And gaze can go right. So fun fact, when I started teaching, I used to hold this pose for a minute each side, which I think it's so long. I mean, good chances are do not even a minute, a little bit less than a minute, but just like this one can be quite intense if you're here for such a long time. And I think just looking back now, a minute is just so long to be here. But like I did that because I thought that was a smart idea, which in some way it might have been, but I don't value that same length of time anymore. Bring the knee back center. Both knees to chest, wrap the arms around the knees. And then keep the left legs and the right leg forward. Same thing. It wants to go out to the shoulder because that's what typically we tell you to do. Don't do that. Bring the knee in more towards the chest and try to just work more of the inner groin as much as you can. Good. Supine twist, left arm extends. Use that right hand, guide it over. Also, whatever happened to Maiden Heights? That's who sang this just song. Actually, no, that's a lie. That was Wet. She's still kicking. But Maiden Heights used to be on this playlist. Maiden Heights is great. They dropped like one album, and they were like, "We're done." That album was such a weird album, but like I really liked it. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, that wasn't Maiden Heights at all. That made me think of them. This is the XX, which also I think they dropped an album. They're like, yeah, we're good. Maybe like another album or like a few songs after that, but like they've been off for a while. Good, both knees back center. So left knee comes in, right knee comes to join it. Take it to your happy baby, reach in between the knees, grab the big toes, sides of the feet, or whatever. Stay here, sway if you'd like. These are your final few moments of class. So you want to take this up to a plow pose, shoulder stand, back bend, another twist, something else entirely that I did not call out. This is your time to get whatever your body needs to finish your practice. Whenever you're ready, it's final Shavasana or your variation of a Shavasana. And by variation of a Shavasana, I mean half Shavasana, feet can be on the floor, knees cave in. You can do Supta Baddha Konasana with the knees caving out, diamond shape with the legs, or just whatever position your body feels at rest in. This is where I leave you. If you're listening with me on Spotify, I encourage you to stay through the end of this song. There's not much left onto it. I believe it is the last song of the playlist, but if you can stay after that, even better. I'm just checking to see if I can. Yeah, it is the last song. So enjoy it. Enjoy your space. Enjoy your time. Once again, my name is Bobby. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, whatever part of the day you are in. If you're joining me with this live, thank you so much for joining me. And if you're not, like, maybe next time. From the very, very bottom of my heart, namaste.